Now that we are pretty comfortable with the orders of operation, how to enter those values onto your calculator, it's now time to move along in terms of the application, because a lot of the stuff, the real math is not, here are the numbers calculated. It's not like that in real world. So it's just, the math is kind of embedded into some kind of a word problem in pretty much every situation. So it says here, now let's apply our knowledge. We've done that already. Now it's time to apply it. Of basic arithmetic calculation to solve some word problems. Remember that a word problem is also called the application, which requires units as well as a number in the final answer. So I want to point out something before I keep going there. Units. Well, what are they talking about units in here? Units are, if we're talking about calculation of money, we're going to put a dollar sign. If we're talking about the total number of hours or days, a length of time, we put hours or days or weeks and so on. Okay, so we have numbers and a unit. Let's take a look at example number 1. It says here, Tommy is a woodworker and he makes rocking chairs. Okay? Each chair takes 12 hours to build and 4 hours to sand and stain. So to make it, there's time spent on building it, and then there's extra time to actually do the finishing, to paint it and all that. So how many hours will it take to make 14 chairs? So how many hours would it take to make 14 chairs? Any ideas on how you can go about this? Oh, I'm sorry.
Bracket 12 plus 4, bracket times 14
Oh, okay. Yeah.
equals 224 hours.
So you go brackets 12.
Plus 4, bracket times 14
Okay.
equals.
Equals. Okay. Now, before we do the answer, because I think
36 hours.
yeah. Hold on. Before we get into the answers, I want to make sure that everybody understands that piece. Now, if you're comfortable with that, doing everything at once, perfect. That's okay. Yeah, certainly we can do it all at once, or we can do it piece by piece. Okay, so the thing that Sean had told us is like everything is all at once. Well, we can break it up into piece by piece. So let's think about this. Why would this be inside the brackets? Well, let's.
Because you have to work.
Oh, sorry. We work that out first. And what does that give us? Like when we.
How many hours it takes to build?
When we did 12 and 4, we know that's 16, right? But what does that bracket say?
Brackets being times table, so you times the whole number that you had for the 16, and then you split the 16 times 14, and equals. So you're still using your red mass and all of it.
Yeah, that's right. We're still using the 224 hours.
And 13 seconds.
Oh, no seconds. So 224 hours. Now that is all in one step. Can we break it up? Here's another possibility is for us to break it up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll try to break it up and we'll see. So this is one way of doing it. Okay? There could be more than one way of doing math stuff. Okay? So if this works for you, great, let's do that. Now, another way. Okay, here's what we can do. It will take me 12 hours to build and 4 hours to sand and stain. So I can go, okay, to make one chair, it will take me 12 plus 4 hours, or 16 hours. So to make just one, it will take me 16 hours to make that. But I gotta repeat that over and over how many times? 14 times. 14 times. So this is for one chair, 16 hours. But I gotta make 14, so 16 times 14. I'll give us
$224.
224 hours. Okay? So you got two steps there. It's not all in one, but you got two steps. Do we get the same answer? Yeah. Okay. Can you think of another way? Yeah.
Well, if you do the math for the first top half, then you can divide it by your hours by 16. So 224 divided by 16. So you're still calculating how much hours you get to make one
To
chair.
make one chair. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because you go 124 divided by 14 makes 16.
16. Okay.
So that's 16 hours. So then you divide by your 16 hours into 24 and still get your 14.
Yeah. Yeah. To get the 14 chairs. Okay.
Because you can go forward and back.
Backwards. Okay. Yeah. But then we would have to do the 224, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other ones? Any other way? So we have one way of doing that. We have a second way of doing that. Anybody? Here's another way. Okay. What we could do is, okay, so 12 hours to build. Here's the other scenario. I'm going to first build 14 chairs. How many hours would it take to just build 14 chairs? How could we do that? To build 14 chairs, it's going to be 12 times 14, right? So first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build 14 chairs. So build 14 chairs. So I can go 12 times 14. Okay. Now this is a different strategy. Build all 14 chairs. Okay. So how many hours will that take?
168.
So 14 times 12, 168 hours, right? Now I have all of my 14 chairs lined up and all built. Now I gotta stain them. So how many hours would it take for all the 14 chairs to get stained? Would be 4 to stain 14 chairs. Okay, it takes 4 hours to stain. There's 14 chairs. So it's 4 times 14, which is 56 hours. Okay, what do we do next?
Add
Now we can add them together. So add them together. 168 plus 56 give us 224 hours. Okay? So here we're going to build and stain each one, and then do it 14 times. For this one here, we build 14 times, and then stain 14 times, and then just add them together. So, but we get the same result. Okay? So, any of those strategies will work. Does that make sense? Let's take example number 2. Now, this one here is slightly different. It says mittens. So it says here Giselle. Giselle makes mittens to sell at a local craft sales. Okay, so to make a mitten, what's involved in here? 2 hours to knit, and then 1 hour to do the sewing. Knitting and sewing. 3 hours. 3 hours for what? 3 hours to make one, right? To make one here. How many hours will it take to finish 12 pairs of mittens? How many hours would it take to finish 12 pairs of mittens?
36.
Okay, so what can we do? 2 different possibilities. 36 right away. So what we could do is we can say, hey, I can go 2 plus 1 is equals to 3 hours, right? 3 hours to make 1 pair. Okay, so she's making a whole pair completely done, and then once that's done, she's gonna do it how many times? 12 times, right? Because it's 12 pairs. So 3 times 12, which is 6 hours. What's the other possibility? What's the other possibility? The other possibility would be 2 times 12. So she's going to knit all 12 of them first. So that's going to give us the 24 hours to knit all mittens. Okay. To knit all mittens, it's going to take 24 hours. Now, it's 1 hour to sew 12 mittens. So it's going to be 12 hours to sew. So together, it's going to be 24 plus 12. That's going to give us a 36 hours to do everything. Is that okay? Let's take a look at example 3. Are there any questions so far? Oh, bring it down a bit? Sure. More? Would you like a little bit this way? Is that better? Okay. So let's read example number 3. It says here, you work as a server at a hotel and you're setting up a banquet. So you know that there are 336 people attending and there are 24 tables. The question is, how many people will be sitting at each table. What's the, do you think our strategy there? So 336 people.
336 divided by 24.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. So 336 divided by 24. And I'm writing it like this. Okay. What's the other way of writing it? So we're going to go 14 people. It says here, how many people? So 14 people. What's the other way of writing this? Could be 336 divide, yeah, this divide symbol, 24, and it's still going to be 14 people. They're both correct, just different ways of expressing it. Take a look at the next example. So Simon sells honey at a local tea restaurant. He sells each jar for $8. One jar for $8. And then last month he sold 55 jars. How much did he earn last month? 8 times 55. So each jar is $8, and then there's 55 of them, so 55 times 8 times 55. 440. Okay, what's a unit here? What's the unit that we're gonna write down? Dollars, right? Dollars. This it says how much, so it's amount of money, so it's $1. $440. Okay. I like that. I like how I think almost everybody participated in our discussion here, contributed to the solution and how to figure it out. So I appreciate that. Are there any questions about these? Or pretty